Hello everyone, this is Naruto, and today I will be showing a tutorial build for Protoss rather, and it is a build. It's called Colossus plus 4 gate. Basically what it means is you tech to Colossus and you allocate your resources in a way that you could build a whole bunch of zealots from your 4 warp gates rather to complement your Colossus unit makeup. Now what I'm going to do is show you guys how to do that in a relatively quick manner. I discovered that this build is actually an extremely efficient build, and it will take care of almost any opponent. This build, if you practice it good and if you attack your opponent right away and take advantage of whatever advantages that you are given on the field, because you will get Colossus and you will have a very high tier unit early on in the game. So it is in your best interest to use this build to harass your opponent right away and don't allow them to get any kind of economic or military advantage. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how to properly do this build, without hurting your economy. And even furthermore, you could even block your ramp and prevent your enemy from completely entering your base. That is a very solid strategy too, and it works just fine. I have done it numerous times, and like I said, it is very solid, and your opponents most likely will not be able to stop this build because it just happens so damn fast. So my assimilator is up, and now I'm just waiting for my minerals to go and build my cybernetics core, and as you guys can see, there it goes. So after this, I do keep making more and more workers, and I basically complement my economy for more and more workers, because I will need extra workers in this build early on. So I'm going to build a couple units so you guys don't say, oh, you didn't build anything, you just tech right away. Which, by the way, you can technically just tech right away, because at the early on most opponents are too busy building their base unless you are facing some sort of cheese. So I would be careful. So here we go. The warp gate technology is being researched. Now I am going to put down, as you can see, VR, a robotics facility. I'm just going to chrono boost my workers because, like I said, you will need extra workers early on, and you can chrono boost the technology, the warp gate technology, and well, actually I think you should almost always 100% of the time chrono boost the warp gate technology, because it just makes that huge of a difference. It's an insane ability, and it makes up for itself right away. So I have enough energy now to chrono boost it, and at the same time I keep making more workers. But I am careful, not to use too much of my money, because remember, I have to put up the 4 gates. So my robotics facility is now done, and now I'm pressing V and building a robotics bay B. There we go. Just gonna make a couple more workers, and shortly that'll be all the workers that I do make. There we go. I put my robotics facility as 4, and my nexus as 3, and I am going to pop out a couple more gateways. See, basically what you do is time it with the robotics facility. Alright, so warp gate technology is done. There's my 4 gates. Now I just wait for my robotics bay, upgrade all my warp gateways into warp gates, and there you go, boys. Robotics bay is up, meaning I can make Colossus, and as you can see, its shortcut is C. So C, let's roll. I have 1 warp gate coming in, and there's gonna be 2. There's gonna be 4 actually quite soon. So as soon as you get your 1 or even 2 Colossus, you should be making an attack on your enemy. You don't want, because you have been teching, so you have to make up for it, right? So what you want to do is attack your opponent right away. Remember not to get supply blocked, because Colossus do cost a lot of supply blocks, a lot of supply rather. So I'm just converting the rest of these gateways, converting them all into warp gates, and as you can see, I can now build a whole bunch of zealots. And see, all you gotta do is just pay attention to your timers, right? So I will build more zealots like so, and I will queue up another Colossus, pressing C, and once you get this, you basically go and see what your opponent's got, okay? So I am going to just build a couple of sentries because my mineral is low but my gas is quite high, and I'm going to build a couple of sentries for these two abilities, force field, which is great. Anybody who doesn't use it, man, you are missing out. And let's not forget guardian shield, which is also another awesome ability. So I have I'm not worried about the warriors engaging enemy, don't worry about that, guys. So I have built my units, and as you can see, it's nobody can, like I said, it takes pro players to stop this build, because you know it is a dangerous build. And there we go. I was I was supply blocked for a little bit. So another Colossus is out, pressing C. And here, as you can see, my resources, I've used them very carefully. Even gonna warp in a couple of zealots while I wait, and I want you guys to look at the YouTube timer and look at what time it is, and look at this high-tech, high-tier amounts of unit I have in my opponent's base. 2 Colossus on the way, tons of zealots, lots of anti-air, and you know, you just play accordingly, right? So if your opponent is building like air units, and you know you don't want to be in danger of getting your units killed, you simply build more stalkers or build more sentries. And as you can see here, the shortcut key or the key binding for sentry is E, for zealot is Z, for stalker is S. And for Colossus, see, I still have Colossus being pumped out, man. Isn't that crazy? See, 3 Colossus, tons of ground units by time like this. Usually most players, like, they turtle up, so you know, it makes it quite easy to take advantage of them. And yeah, there's not much, a lot of, like I said, this build and these kind of builds that I do put in my commentaries will take you all the way past Gold League, no problem. And there you have it, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Naruto StarCraft signing out. Good night, boys.